Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Bow and Arrow Tarot. How you doing? How you doing? Hello Patty Cakes. Hello KK Foodies. All right, y'all. It's good to see you here. Thank you for stopping by. Just reminding you all before I get into this Gemini reading, this Gemini relationship outlook, reminding you all that this month I am giving away the Fairies Oracle deck by the beautiful Brian Froud, who's illustrating the deck, and a text by Jessica Macbeth. This is a beautiful, beautiful deck, especially if you're into fairy lore and culture, fairy sort of mythology. It's a very nice deck, and all you have to do to be in the running to win that is to be subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment. That's it. Every month I do give away an oracle deck or a tarot deck on my channel. So just check back. And at the end of the month, check back to see if you are in the winner video, if your name is the name that is called, right? All right, guys, let's get right into it. We are looking at Gemini today and your relationship. By the way, guys, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm putting a little bit more structure into my channel, meaning that I will be, I don't know if you've noticed, earlier tonight I did the first of my new series, Passion, Patience, or Pain, which is from the cross-watcher point of view. And Tuesdays are for air signs. So I did my Libra and me, my Gemini and me, my Aquarius and me outlook from the cross-watcher point of view. Will it be a week of passion, patience, or pain? Now, tonight, here we are with the Gemini relationship outlook. I will be, from now on, Tuesday nights, I will be uploading or live streaming the air sign relationship outlooks, as well as the passion, patience, and pain series, right? So you know that every Tuesday you can tune into my channel starting at 6 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, and the live streams will begin then. I think it just helps to give a little structure so you guys know when your readings are going to be up, you know when you can tune into my channel and all of that. All right, guys, let's get into it. We're going to pull out first your passive energy for this week in your relationship and your dominant energy. Spirit of Saint Nicholas, and we have Spirit of the Dwelling Place. All right, so passive and dominant energy, right? Your passive energy this week is all about the home, structure, foundation. So I'm going to explain a bit more about how that's going to be impacting your relationship this week. But the passive energy, meaning, sort of the background energy, is the desire to establish that, that stability, right? That foundation. The dominant energy of your week is gifts, generosity, and assistance. Could be that somebody's coming in for you this week, for you and your lover, or into your relationship to help out in some way, financially perhaps. Let me just fix my my camera, so it isn't constantly going back and forth. All right, guys, so we are going to now pull out your animal spirits for you and your person. See what kind of animal spirits are impacting your relationship this week. Hang on one second, guys. I just got to fix something here. Make sure that my stream doesn't slow down on you. There we go. All right, so we should be good. Yes, we are good. All right, so let's get your animal spirits out. That's how it is with the live streams. Every now and again, I got to stop and, make sure everything is all right with the technology. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. All right. Show me what's going on for Gemini and their relationship this week as far as these beautiful animal spirits are concerned. What kind of animal spirits is your relationship working with this week? All right, show me. Here we go. All right, Gemini. So, straight out, we have for you this week in your person, the black egg. It's all about communication then. All right, so that's what we're talking about, communication. We have the octopus. All right, now the octopus is water energy. This is going to be an interesting reading because the octopus really talks about a lot of sort of messiness in relationships. I want to say the kind of messiness that happens when we don't put boundaries in place, right? Uh, Octopus energy could be something coming in from the outside for you. Let's see. We're going to get right into it. But somewhere along the line, there's definitely issues with communication or a need for communication. Because black egg, let me just talk about the black egg really quickly. Because the black egg is associated with the throat chakra. So that's the fifth chakra. And the black egg requires absolute honesty. So it's interesting. You have octopus energy, which is really a lot of messiness in relationships, a lot of overstepping bounds and boundaries, right? People wanting your energy, right? And then at the same time, we have black egg coming in that requires absolute honesty, like the type of honesty and the type of sort of pure communication where you don't even entertain sort of gossip. You know what I mean? We're not even talking about lies. We're talking about just like the type of communication that is, low vibrational, negative, that leads you to the negative side. Gossiping is one of those types of, forms of communication, because it really sort of exploits somebody's pain. Gossip exploits somebody's pain somewhere along the line, right? And so black egg is coming in this week. Let's see what's going on for you and your person. This, we shall see. We shall see. What's going on for Gemini in their relationship outlook this week? Show me what's going on. Get ready to pull out your person's cards, your cards. Five of Cups had to flip over. Two more. Worry. Interesting. I normally, my regulars will tell you, I normally don't get flippers. I normally don't get cards that flip over. Lately, I've been getting a lot of them, and I've just decided to start taking them. So it's interesting. You have this kind of like trio that popped out over here, and we will talk about that as well because this reminds me of something over and above. All right, your person is resonating with Six of Pentacles this week, and you're resonating with Hierophant energy. They see you as the High Priestess. You see them as strength. They desire Eight of Swords, and you desire death. Ooh. Hangman energy is what needs to happen. Three of Swords. Okay, so this is a position of what needs to happen or what's coming in, right? Bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. So we're talking about a change in a relationship for sure, Gemini. This is rough. This is a little rough. I feel right away like some of you, spirit of the dwelling place is your family calling you home. You're definitely wanting to go home to family. You're wanting to reconnect with your tribe, with your people, with your family, with your social, the people who support you, right? The people who love you, the people who are providing a foundation for you, because right now this connection that you have, this relationship, it's about to really sort of all right, so let's get right into it. Your person is resonating. Let's just start with how you guys are coming into the week. Your person is resonating with Six of Pentacles, and you are resonating with Hierophant energy. So your person is really sort of, I'm going to say they're very much busy with like helping everybody and their mom out, right? This is the week where they're all about sort of, they're there for everyone. And I feel like this energy, a lot of times Six of Pentacles energy is very much that it is, the humanitarian, the altruist, the one in the group who always wants to help everybody out. But here it feels to me like they're just busying themselves. Am I wrong? Maybe I am, but it just feels like over busy trying to be up in everybody's business to a certain degree. I already feel like, you know what I mean? We have octopus energy here, and octopus energy is very messy. The octopus is one of these creatures that, like, think of it this way, right? You ever see one of those nature programs where they take an octopus and they put it like inside of a box? You know what I mean? It's almost comical. It's almost like cartoonish. You see the octopus and his tentacles. He's inside the box. But that's the only way to contain him or her, right? The octopus. Otherwise the tentacles go everywhere. And this is very symbolic of the nature of the animal spirit here in this deck. A lot of times I have people talk to me about octopus. Well, they're so intelligent and creative. Yes, this is true. But here we're talking about in terms of it being an animal, a water elemental animal spirit. We're talking about emotionally. Octopus energy, the tentacles wrap right around you and they really suck you dry, really suck all of your energy dry. So with octopus sort of individuals or with the spirit of the octopus coming in, you have to have boundaries with them. Just like putting put the octopus in the box. Finally, he's bound. His tentacles can't go everywhere. And it is the same thing with this animal spirit in general. So we have this animal spirit coming in, and then we have your person resonating with Six of Pentacles, which is, yes, helping, but it feels to me like it's very much an overstepping the bounds. You're resonating with Hierophant energy right now, and you're trying to really sort of stick to your what provides strength for you. Spirit of the dwelling place and the Hierophant, very, very similar, because the Hierophant is associated with commitment. He's associated with the, highest symbol for your sort of spiritual or moral center, but it's also the foundation. It's like what we say, the way we were raised, our religious beliefs, our cultural beliefs, these things that we get from our society or our family, our close family, all of these things, which to a certain degree are represented by the Hierophant, right? That sort of foundational, right, energy. It's not only just about religion and spirituality with the Hierophant, it's also about adhering to a foundation and committing to that foundation, that structure. And this is what you are really busy with this week. This is this energy, I'm going to say, at least that you're coming into this week with, right? And so this is what you guys are both bringing to the table this week. Now, how do you see each other? Well, your person sees you as a highly spiritual individual. This could be another reason why, resonating with that Hierophant energy. You may indeed, Gemini, this may be a reading for a Gemini who is highly spiritual, who is someone that, you may be very spiritual, very religious, right? You have a certain way of looking at life that you practice that. You may be very sort of following your dharma. High Priestess also, though, can be, when we look at the High Priestess in relationships, she can be very cold and ungiving. And this is not to say that you are cold and ungiving, but for your person to see you as High Priestess, it almost feels as though that they can't sort of reach you, right? The High Priestess kind of sits back, right? She's the protector of hidden secrets. She's the protector of knowledge, and she gives nothing. She gives you nothing. A lot of times, I don't know if you see this with other readers, they will talk to you about the High Priestess. She absolutely gives you no inkling of what to do, where to go. She only sort of hints at the path that you have to take. So when she comes up in a reading like this, a relationship outlook, it can be a feeling that your person, they feel like they're not on your level. Your person may not be feeling like they're on your level when it comes to things of spiritual matters or intuitional matters or just the stuff of life, understanding the stuff of life. You see them as strength energy. And so you're seeing them, they're clearly someone who's very emotional. Strength. It's interesting that this week, this is how you guys are seeing each other this week. This week, you're seeing them exercise a lot of strength over their emotions, right? It could be that you're dealing with somebody who is very dramatic, generally very emotional, but this week they are definitely exercising some strength. They are definitely putting some boundaries in place. 8 Major Arcana is also the card for putting boundaries in place, not only strength. So, but what do you guys desire? So this is interesting. Your person is desiring 8 of Swords energy. 8 of Swords is very, very toxic. 8 of Swords is victim. It's a victim kind of mentality. And it's interesting that your person will resonate with that. You are resonating, your desire is death. So there's a change that's needed here. I'm going to say, it almost feels as though to me that your person, right, they desire being needed. And I think they need to be needed by a lot of people. And I think that this might be interfering with your relationship this week. And I think that this is to a degree why they would be desiring this kind of energy. Let me get some clarity before we move on. You know, you're desiring a change. You want to change. Something is going on here that's not working out for you. You definitely want to change. And it feels to me, again, I just feel like home is calling you, Gemini. Right? I don't know. I just feel like this is a reading for a Gemini who just wants to go home to their family, to their parents. It feels like, you know. I feel like you've been almost, it feels like you've been overworked being with this person, like drained being with this person, right? They need to be all things to all people. They need to be needed. There, you know what I mean? There's a weird kind of narcissistic energy there with this person, and I think that it's just exhausting for you. To be honest, I think it's become a little bit exhausting for you. Um, Show me what's going on with Gemini and their person. I want to go just a little bit deeper. Show me. Almost feels like to me like you're doing all the work and you're giving away all the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what it, you know what I mean? Like, are you the one who has to go to work and work for all the money, and then they're the one who acts like they're such a big giver, they're so generous, you know, they're the big honcho. Everybody needs to sort of be thankful to them when in actuality it's you who makes it all sort of happen, right? So let's see. Ace of Swords for them, Princess of Cups, and we have Temperance energy coming in. Yeah, they could be, you know, there's some play going on. You have the Hermit, Prince of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you've been working for this relation. You've been the one working. You've been the one working in this relationship. You're the one who's bringing in the abundance. You're the one who's bringing in the financial stability. Right? Bottom of this deck we have Four of Wands. So that's the Twin Flames card. There's been a pull away, I want to say, for some of you, Gemini. You have Hermit here. So I think this desire, this strong desire to go home is, I feel like you've definitely been hermited away from your loved ones or from the people who really make you feel, you know, provide you with that strength. This could very, you know, you could just very well be like one of these people who just is very, very close knit with your family. You know, and right now is a time where you really want to be with them, and you're really wanting to be connected with that foundation. Hermit energy is, of course, coming into a lot of the readings lately because a lot of us are being separated. But I feel like something has been going on, and this week it's going to be highlighted with your person. I feel like you're the one definitely who's been doing a lot of work. Eight of Pentacles. You're the one who's going to work, being disciplined, bringing the money home. And I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's just spending it, or, you know, they're kind of playing this role to a certain degree, right? You know, they're not giving you a lot of emotional sort of support. They're really pulling their energy to a certain degree away from you also, but yet they're you know, they're resonating with that octopus energy with everyone else. It almost feels like one of these individuals where it seems like they're giving everybody else their energy, but when it comes to you, they don't give you exactly kind of what it is that they need, right? Princess of Cups, you know, is token love, right? There's some token love being thrown around, I feel like. You know, I almost feel like you're dealing with somebody who is also like, you know, over affectionate, I think, with people, you know, with others around them. You know, that showed that older co-host or show host from the Family Feud comes to mind, you know, Dawson. Like one of these, you know, your person is like, they're always affectionate with others. They're always giving others like their little token of love or their little appreciation or what have you, because they get a real sense of, uh, like I said earlier, they like to be needed, right? So they're working with people who need them, but I think you're the one who's really exhausted because to a certain degree you're not getting the emotional support out of them, and then at the same time you're doing all of the work. Prince of Swords comes in. You're really having to, princesses are pages and princes are knights. I think this week is a case of, see, the reason why I say all this also, I feel so strongly, you have death here. You have death here and you have Prince of Swords. So it's like you're done with, you know, it almost feels as though like you're the one who's been held back and they're the one who have been sort of riding on your steam. And this is the week to talk about it because Swords is all about communication, honesty, right? So you have Princess Swords, which is all about like really getting rid of those connections that you have with people that are holding you back. This week requires extreme honesty, Gemini. You're going to have to talk to your person about what's going on and why you feel the way you feel. Right now, when we come over here to this is these three popped out earlier, and I'm gonna say, it's like this is like a little aside here, in the sense that I want to say that for some of you Geminis, you've been working at a job that you're not even that happy at because you are sustaining this relationship financially, or you're sustaining sort of the the status. You're the one keeping the status up. You're going to work every day, you're working, you're keeping the money coming in, but you're not even very happy with the job that you do, and you really want to get out of it. And I think that you have a lot of anxiety dealing with that. However, some of you are and this is something that's going to come up this week. I think some of you, hi Tracy. I think some of you are also sort of looking back at a past relationship. Sorry for that pause. I was just checking out my top chat. Patty Cakes, if you're still there, can you moderate? All right. And I think that the reason why you're kind of still in this position is because you are still kind of reeling from a past relationship somewhere, Gemini. You're still kind of not over something that happened in the past. There was a relationship that kind of didn't go the way you heard about the way it went. It was a breakup, and you heard about it. And I think that somewhere along the line, it also had something to do with money and finances and working. You know what I'm saying? And I think that right now, you are in this situation to a certain degree, Gemini, and I think that this is why these cards have fallen out. You're in this situation to a certain degree because you kind of don't want what happened in the past to happen again. So you have a lot of anxiety about it. And because whatever happened in the past was associated with money or was somehow connected with money and career, business, somehow status, financial status, you are continuing now to work, bring the money in an effort to not have this relationship sort of go down the same path that you went through before, right? However, you are plagued with these feelings of anxiety and just being unhappy. Because you're not happy with the work you're doing right now. So there's a lot of anxiety and fear. And so, you have to think of it this way, Gemini. If you're resonating with this, it's like you're trying to avoid a difficult or painful experience happening again, but you are still in a difficult and painful experience because by handling it the way you're handling it, you're still experiencing a lot of anxiety. You're still experiencing a lot of sleepless nights. And so, is it working? Is your plan not to relive the mistakes of the past? Is it working? Because ultimately you're still unhappy here. Now, what needs to happen and what's going to come in? Well, what's coming in is that on top of everything else, there's going to be a betrayal that kind of reveals itself this week. 3 of Swords. And your person really needs to wake up, and there's going to be a wake-up call that comes in, and that's that Hangman energy. I mean, Hangman is all about waking up, but it generally is waking up with inspiration. But, it's interesting here. I almost feel like your person may have a chance to wake up to how they're acting based on how you're communicating with them. Because Hangman energy is fairly positive energy. It's waking up, but it's waking up as a result of being inspired in a positive way. So there is hope here, certainly. Like, I don't want to say there wasn't hope, but what I'm saying is you're unhappy, right? And there's death coming in. You desire a change. So this relationship must change. Something about this dynamic must change. You must be honest, Black Egg energy. You must tackle the issues of energy exchange being imbalanced. And more than anything, Gemini, you are highly ambitious, and you really need to pull back your life again, pull back control of your career and your life again. And I think that's one of the biggest changes you want here, right? One of the biggest changes I feel here is that you're extremely ambitious and you have this, high level of achievement that you want, but it's like it's being squandered, it's being sort of flushed down the toilet because you're in this job position you're not happy with that's really not making the most of your talents, yet and still you are so highly ambitious and it's just not something's got to give. You know what I'm saying? Now, Three of Swords comes in as a betrayal to a certain degree because something is going to. I'm going to say to a certain degree, I don't feel like it's necessarily another person. It's just betrayal. Three of Swords, remember, Three of Swords is not. It's not a betrayal because you've necessarily, cheated on somebody, right? It's like Three of Swords is a betrayal. It's a betrayal. Cheating or doing something else that exhibits that betrayal is just a symptom, right? At the heart of it, Three of Swords energy is when you have a bond with somebody, when you've established some trust with somebody, right? This is what makes this card so painful. Because 3 in tarot is the number for bonding and loyalty. It's not about like literally the number 3, so third party energy. You have a relationship, you bring a third person in, and so 3 of Swords means third party energy. It's actually not about that. It's about the fact that 3 in tarot means bonding and loyalty. And what happens with 3 of Swords is you've established a bond with somebody, you've established a certain amount of trust with someone, and they break it. So it's the card for betrayal. It is not necessarily the card for third-party energy. All third-party energy is betrayal, but not all betrayals are third-party energy. You know what I'm saying? So in this way, this betrayal to me here, and I said this, I wanted to explain this a little bit because I feel like this betrayal that comes in for you, this is what needs to happen with you. It's not so much that you need to be betrayed or anything like that, but I think it's a case of sort of like standing up to this individual that you're with, this person, your person that you're with, and really communicating with them. And unfortunately, it may feel indeed a little bit like a betrayal. Because I do feel like there's a little bit of gaslighting that's gone on here to the degree that you are working and it's almost gotten to a point where you feel like you're supposed to be the one who's working. And that's a little bit of gaslighting that's happened as a result of the dynamic of this relationship. So you standing up to your person and telling your person how you really feel, I think that deep down inside for you, Gemini, for the Gemini that's resonating with most of this reading, it may feel to you like you are betraying your person because you're letting them know, hey, listen, I need this to change. I don't want to keep just working in this type of dynamic. I have a lot of other dreams I want. And you know that your person is kind of to a certain degree depending on you, maybe overly depending on you, maybe I'm not going to go so far as using you, but really overly depending on you. And this has probably been the sticking point of you standing up for yourself in the first place, because by standing up for yourself to a certain degree, you're popping their bubble. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. This is your relationship outlook, Gemini, for you and your person from May 10th to the 17th. Let me know what you think. I hope this resonated for you. Yeah, what else can I say? Please don't forget to let me know if you're interested in the Fairies Oracle giveaway. All you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and let me know in a comment that you're interested. Rockin' Rob 121, how you doing, girl? Big shout out to KK Foodies, Patty Cakes XO, and Tracy Von Town. I hope I pronounced that right. I love you guys so much, Gemini. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please stay safe, stay healthy, most of all, stay kind to each other. I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back with the Libra relationship outlook for the week. All right, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.